From the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White. A new poll suggests almost half of Canadians surveyed think the Liberals will win the federal election. A Leger survey done for the Canadian Press finds 44% of decided voters surveyed said they would vote Liberal. 38% say they'll vote Conservative. The NDP are in a distant third place at 6%. Canadian voters head to the polls April 28th. On the campaign trail today, Pierre Poilievre says no Canadian would lose their federal dental care or pharmacare coverage under a Conservative government.
We will protect these programs and no one who has them will lose them. And I would note, let's go through them one at a time. We will make sure that nobody loses their dental care.
The Canadian Dental Care Plan was launched by the Liberal government in 2023 in exchange for NDP support to keep the government in power in a minority parliament. Poilievre also promises to eliminate the GST on new homes up to $1.3 million. Meanwhile, Liberal leader Mark Carney was in Nova Scotia today, announcing he would modernize military recruitment by boosting salaries and offering more on-base housing and services. Former Vancouver Mayor Gregor Robertson has been tapped by Mark Carney to run for the Liberals. University of BC political scientist Max Cameron says we could see more star candidates in elections, given political parties' weakening brands and the reciprocal rising of personal celebrity.
Increasingly, parties have become electoral platforms for office-seeking candidates. And given that that's the case, and given the strong focus on personalities and particularly the leaders, it's not entirely surprising then that this is reflected in the way that candidates are chosen.
He says party leaders have to balance the pros and cons of high-profile candidates as they bring previous public perception into the race, good or bad. 3 men have been killed by an avalanche that swept away a group of men heli-skiing yesterday in southeast British Columbia's backcountry. One of the skiers in the group survived, but the other 3 could not be revived and succumbed to their injuries. A judge has ruled Air Canada must fully accommodate passengers whose wheelchairs are too large to fit through the cargo doors of some aircraft.
The Federal Court of Appeal is upholding a decision by Canada's transport regulator that aims to boost accessibility for air travelers living with a disability. It stemmed from a 2016 case when Tim Rose was told his power wheelchair would not fit on an aircraft, preventing him from traveling as planned. In 2023, the Canadian Transportation Agency ruled that Air Canada must either find passengers with disabilities a similar flight or swap in a capable plane. Air Canada appealed the requirement, but a judge found the appeal court had no jurisdiction to review whether the provision caused the airline undue hardship. Naira Ahmed, The Canadian Press.
This is The Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Maple Leafs look for their 4th win in 5 games as they host the Philadelphia Flyers. Also tonight, the Montreal Canadiens visit St. Louis, the Ottawa Senators visit Buffalo, the Calgary Flames host Seattle, and the Winnipeg Jets welcome the Washington Capitals in a clash of the league's top 2 teams. Meanwhile, the Capitals have re-signed defenseman Jakob Chychrun to an 8-year extension worth $72 million US. Chychrun's 18 goals this season are more than Washington's other defensemen combined, and ranked 3rd in the league. The Ottawa Charge play the first of 2 Professional Women's Hockey League games this week as they host the New York Sirens tonight. Ottawa enters the contest 2 points behind Idle, Minnesota for the 4th and final playoff spot. The NBA leading Oklahoma City Thunder visit the Sacramento Kings tonight, and the Thunder's Canadian star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander enters the contest leading the league at 32.8 points per game. From the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.